Hi everyone, I hope everyone's having another great time at the all-team meeting. I was doing a little digging and this is mind-blowing to me. But as of today, we have now had HRCFPs from 10 different classes go through the program. I think this is an opportunity to reflect on all the hard work you've done. And while I've been asked to briefly touch on that, the contributions that you've made to Boeing Human Resources can't be done justice with any of my remarks. But I would like to congratulate those of you who are graduating right now. Miss Taylor Anderson, I do need to differentiate the Taylors. Barbara, the Natalies, both Natalie, Ralph, and Johnson, Derek, Anna, Will, Mark, and Deli. Congratulations on such a great accomplishment. I think you all have collectively done a fantastic job over these last few years. And to get into a few comments on each, we're going to start with Miss Taylor. Taylor is our only HRCFP from the great state of Idaho, and always one of the CFPs who consistently said, hey Justin, place me wherever you want, whenever you want. I'm willing to do anything as long as it helps out the Boeing HR team. And I think that's obviously worked out well for you. Whether their experiences in BDS, LLOC, over in the UK, you've done a fantastic job, and I think all of those experiences have really allowed you to do well and to accelerate your career. And also congratulations on getting married here in just 3.5 short months. I think that you've been great to work with, Taylor, and I wish you the best of luck. Ms. Barbara Roman, who is our first University of Puerto Rico alum. Barbara is also one of the most fashionable CFPs, known for her classic style, and I think we can all agree to that. I'll never forget when Barbara first moved to Seattle. It was starting to get cold outside, and I think it was freezing temperatures and her window frosted over, and she was talking about pouring hot water on her windshield, which would have completely busted it, and luckily someone told her to never do that. And I told her to invest in a good ice scraper. So hopefully I'm sure that you're finding that ice scraper valuable in DC as well. You're another one who's also had great experiences in LLOC, BDS, People Analytics, to name a few. One of the things that I really admire about you, Barbara, is you taking the chance on Boeing and moving from Puerto Rico, thousands of miles away, to Seattle, and then moving thousands of miles the other direction again to DC. Not many people would do that, and I think it's really paying off for you. I think you've done a great job, and I really look forward to working with you here in DC. Miss Natalie Ralph. Natalie's one of our many great Michigan State alums. From the beginning of the program, I think you've consistently done a fantastic job, Natalie. Whether it's been 777, D&I EEO specialist, GTS, you're now back in the EEO specialist role in corporate investigations. I really appreciate our thoughtful conversations we've had over time. I think you have a very genuine nature, a very genuine personality, and that really lends itself well to the role that you're in. But I think that those characteristics are also really going to help you to effectively navigate and accelerate your career. So thank you for everything that you've done, and I wish you the best of luck. Mr. Derek Lancashire, he's our second Ohio State alum. Derek, like Barbara, is one of the best dressed CFPs. He's always dressed super sharp and to the nines, and I often had to think about what I was going to wear during my one-on-ones with Derek just so that I wouldn't show up and look sloppy. So Derek, thank you for helping me step up my clothing game as well. But I always remember when Derek first started with the company, he jumped right into his role in South Park and LLOC and just nailed it. Andy Thompson would ping me all the time about how well he was doing, and I think that foreshadowed what was going to come for the rest of your career, Derek, whether it be LLOC, ER, People Analytics, the business partner space. You've just done a fantastic job in every rotation that you've been in. And also congratulations on your recent engagement as well. I think you've had a fantastic last few years, and I wish you the best of luck, Derek. Miss Anna Gallagher, our local UW phenom. Anna is the definition of hyper-prepared. I also got a little nervous whenever I would have to meet with Anna because I knew that I had to hyper-prepare for our conversations because she came with specific topics written out, numbered, and in order of importance. So that was always a little nerve-wracking for me trying to figure out what I needed to work on to prepare for our conversations. But I think that preparation has really allowed you to excel in your roles, all of which required that level of attention to detail, whether it be in EHS, EHI, compensation, the 2CHR GPO work that you're doing for GTS, all really helped you, with that hyper preparedness and really allowed you to succeed in every rotation that you've been in. So thank you very much, Anna, and I wish you the best of luck. Next up, Mr. Will Gibson, Cornell back in the house after a little hiatus of graduates. For those of you who don't know, Will was a track star in college, or he ran track in college, which allowed him to eat hot dogs and macaroni and cheese his first full year in the program and not gain a pound. I'm really jealous of that because Will has the metabolism of a gazelle, and I do not. But what I really like about Will is his curious nature. That really allowed you, Will, to flex from your BDS HR roles and move into the BCFP style rotations and BGS core strategy as well as corporate strategy. Those non-HR experiences are going to be valuable for you as you move forward. I also hope you had a great time moving across the country mid-program, and you've done a fantastic job, Will, and I wish you the best of luck. Next up, Miss Natalie Johnson, which is another great Michigan State alum. So, little story about the Natalies, and I'll never forget this, having to call them back to back for their offers. They were, I think, on their way to South Africa, sitting next to each other. One of their phone rings. I give her her offer. The other one's starting to freak out a little bit because her phone hasn't rang yet. 30 seconds later, the other Natalie gets a phone call from us and we offer her a spot in the program. And I'm really glad that both of you got offers for that because that would have turned out to be a very awkward trip for you two. But the fact that you both came into these circumstances together is why I call you all the Natalies. But back to Natalie Johnson. Natalie, I think that you're another CFP that has really dug deep in the program. I'm really proud of the way that you've gotten outside of your comfort zone in all of your rotations, including being one of the rare few CFPs across any of the programs to gain an experience outside of the HR function. So I think that all of those experiences that you have are really going to allow you to accelerate your career and add value. I also want you to keep that killer, quiet mentality going. I love that about you. I think that that's going to take you really far. So thank you, Natalie. You've had a great past few years, and I wish you the best of luck. Next up, Mr. Mark MacArthur, straight out of Illini land. Mark is the most famous DJ in all of the early career programs. He's probably the only DJ in all of the early career programs, but who's counting? I think the man has skills. From college recruiting through BDS, employee relations, and now a rare BSRP administration role where you actually get to see the inner workings of early career programs. I think that those have really allowed you to get a holistic view. I really appreciate the fact that you always bring that can-do attitude to everything that you do, Mark. And I appreciate your never-ending upbeat personality. Keep that up because that's really going to allow you to accelerate your career as well. You've had a great past few years, so thank you, Mark, and I wish you the best of luck. Next up, Miss Deli Lewis from the Better USC. Deli hands down holds the title for the most conversations I've ever had with a CFP. All the way through the last few recent months, or weeks really, when Deli would call me at 6:45 in the morning Central Time because she's stuck in an airport on the other side of the planet and trying to figure out what to do. But you've had an impressive career as well, Deli, from BDS to LLOC, benefits role in Chicago, now in Beijing. I really appreciate you and the candid conversations that we have, and I will only assume that you will continue to maintain that title of one of the employees who calls me the most, asking questions about work or your career or just to goof off. So thank you very much, Deli, and I wish you the best of luck. So for all of you who are graduating, I just want to have you remember a few things. One, maintain the connections that you've had. They're very important as you navigate your career. And lean back into the program, mentor those who are coming up behind you, share your experiences, help them get to the point that you all are. Because as you know, this is your work family. This is the group of people that you're going to grow up with in your career and rely on as you navigate through your career. But also know that this program, it's not a one and done. You'll always have the support network and Kimmy and Caitlin or whoever the leaders are to get advice from. But you also have broader human resources family as well that supports each other. As you know, this is one big team effort. But most importantly, I want you to have fun. I want you to enjoy the various experiences you'll have moving forward, leverage those networks, and blaze your own path. So thank you everyone for everything that you do, and I hope that you all have a fantastic rest of your offsite.